period, of course, the highlight was the period under the Gillard government after 2010, which I'm just reminding you because we have to keep our group history going. So from 2010 to 2013, and the creation of the world-leading clean energy future package. You know, which had a price on carbon, it had renewable energy, it had money flowing this way and that way back to farmers and people who wanted to have energy efficiency, on the whole thing, which has been so mercilessly and irresponsibly abolished by the coalition government. So, enough. I only want to say one more thing. I've just come back from the Climate Action Network conference in Melbourne, as you'll know it. And Paul McCoy got a lot of mentions. It's on the map, very nice. Although Victoria, everybody kept asking me, oh, Hastings, oh, are you in Greg Hunt's electorate?
God forbid.
One statistic in there, which you should know. And that his latest public opinion poll says that 50% of Australians polled would be influenced in the way they vote by policies on climate change, renewable energy, barrier reef. And the other thing was 65% said that they were against the Adani-Carmichael coal. On that note, Gigi.
How are you going to fix it, Rob?
Yes.
Thanks, Sarah. Thank you, Harry, and thank you all for gathering to switch off the lights again. And it has been a while, so I'm going to look at notes. I don't normally use notes, but it's been a while since I've been on the seat. The problem is I now use glasses, so I'm not sure if I can read them. So I'll be right. A few administrative matters as well. I took my son for a surf this afternoon. I got incredibly sunburned. So I've had two people say, have you been drinking a lot lately? No, I'm sunburned. And climate change. As well, if we could have a toast, because
yes.
Even before I was in federal politics, I used to sit next to Clover Moore in state politics. And I remember when Earth Hour started, when she was playing this dual role as mayor and state member before she was taken out from that through legislation in the New South Wales Parliament. She wasn't the only one. She was chuffing off all around the countryside and meeting with all sorts of groups. But I just thought a very quick nod of the head to Clover. For starting all this madness. So cheers. Thank you as well for turning the lights out shortly. And I also thought, do we want to turn our phones off? I don't know whether that's common practice. But it should be energy sources of all kinds, I would have thought. Basically go energy neutral. And let sort of the whole system have a breath for an hour. Thank you for participating in that. And hopefully we enjoy tonight. I also went on the Earth Hour website and I noticed there's contact your local MP. And rest assured I'm not obsessing at all about people who've replaced me in politics. I haven't thought about it much at all, but about an hour ago I was thinking about just what are their positions, the two local members in the area now. And rest assured I did follow politics closely. And hopefully most people in this room are pretty politically aware. I don't think I can tell you what either of their positions are. I just got a quick lesson on the science of one of the local members, that they are across the line on the science, but not sure on the policy positions. So please go to that Earth Hour website, and there is a contact your local MP link. Take it up and do it, and let's try and engage. I also bought a postcode of a local member in Western Australia who, whenever Earth Hour came around, would always spend the week beforehand arguing with me publicly about how ridiculous Earth Hour is, and he was trying to set up a counter movement called Keep Your Lights On.
I had
that go, Rob?
Well, it went better for him than me. He's still in there. So, but I've got his postcode. So on the Earth Hour website, for anyone who's feeling a bit cheeky, younger people, 6955, feel free to contact him and say, turn your lights off.
Right now, really, you should text him.
Yeah, text him, do what you want. Dennis Jensen, he was a lively character. He didn't believe in climate change, but he thought if it was real, you put sunshades over the sun, was what his view on all of it was. Still in politics, still there. Can I also acknowledge I don't know whether young people, I didn't like being called young people when I was a young person. What do you want to be called these days?
Dudes.
The cool people on the far table. I think it's really nice you're here. I know there's plenty of things you could be doing other than being here hanging out with us, but thanks for giving us all a bit of hope for the future. That also goes for the very, what do you want to be called? The very young people. My daughters, Sophie and Olivia, are here, so I'll just acknowledge them.
Yeah.
They're very cool as well.
Very, very 9 months old.
Oh, I'm sorry. And the ultimate futurist.
Youngest CCA member.
Yeah, righto. Signed up member. I'm not sure what it's all about, but smiling. Hey, the show's over here, guys. Never compete with a baby. I think the only other administrative matter I've got is, and I've already had the question several times, I'll give you a yes and a no. Politics is getting discussed in our house, so discussions are underway, and it's all come around. Yes, Tony Windsor's jumped back into the mix, which is exciting and is going to liven up elections over the hill and around the country. But no, there's no conclusions at our end, and so don't. Well, that could be good for some, bad for others. I'm just giving you a yes and a no. Just try and kill the question if anyone's going to ask. The reason we're here is climate change, and it's a really hard one for me to talk about. Not only because I haven't done this a lot lately, but in thinking about it, I don't quite know where within myself to position it these days. There's now a whole series of climate change jokes you can look up on the computer, and I was rolling through those with the kids, and it didn't feel funny. You're sort of reading them, and I was thinking, oh, well, I tell one or two of those, and it just sort of felt flat within myself. You know, this isn't a funny topic, so sorry if I'm not cracking yarns for you all, and others can do that later if you want to. I do feel a bit sad about it, to be honest. I feel a bit mad about it. I feel a bit frustrated by it. And it's that as a group of people globally, we can't respond to a problem in the way we all would like to think we could. And it could be any topic. It's just that we can't get ourselves organised. That's the sad, mad and frustrating bit for me. And I get sadder and I get madder and I get more frustrated when I think about those that could, that know they should, and choose not to. And everyone's got their own views of how society's structured. You probably are already learning about them, but power, money, resources, influence, they do matter, and they do trend towards advantage over disadvantage, and they do isolate general citizens from the select few, and it's a problem. And I think this topic, more than any other of our time, is exposing it. So yeah. I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest, even though I'm a guest speaker. So,
Give us hope.
You want hope. You want a mama. I think the hope's at other tables. And, on their feet around the room.
Well, look at
But I think we do, the hope, oh sorry.
I said, look at Gloucester.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that was just ordinary, everyday people.
Until
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until we can't pay the fines anymore.
No, it shouldn't stop anybody. We just all end up in jail. Yes.
7 years jail or 5,500 is a bit of it.
Oh, it's terrible.
So they did pay a lot of $550,000 fines in Gloucester. Imagine if it was 5,500, we wouldn't be able to afford it. And
Anyway, the hope.
I guess I'll try and come to some hope. I'll have to think about it. I travel with some work now. So I do some United Nations contract work and going to Myanmar and Fiji and trying to weirdly have become a so-called specialist in post-military conflict democracy building. I don't know whether that's because of the hung parliament. I'm now one of these specialists. So Fiji had a period of coups and a decade, what they would call in the wilderness, and Myanmar had a longer period of over 50 years, and they've only just come through that. So spending a lot of time in particular in Myanmar at the moment, because different to our system of government, they have a presidential election process after they have the general election, which was at the end of last year, and it was a complete change. There's 690 state and federal MPs all go to the ballot box at once. 7 of them survived that process. 87%, it's higher. It's basically all brand new MPs in that country. And then the presidential race over the last 3 or 4 months has seen change there. 2 reasons for telling you that. The first is, when I travel, I just look on social media, as I'm sure everyone does in the room, to get your news from Australia and around the world. And I did pick up something that said Northern Hemisphere tipped over 2 degrees.
yeah.
I'm interested. I didn't read it anywhere in Australian news at all, so it didn't feel like it was big news. I didn't hear governments coming out and expressing urgency, and so I think that's a bit symbolic of where we're at the moment. Things are happening, and proving up at a faster, deeper, wider pace than what even the science was predicting and expecting. Yet the response is flat. The response doesn't seem to really want